Top 5 Best Monitors for Xbox One. 1. Dell P2419H. If you want a budget IPS monitor for your Xbox One console, there are dozens of options selling for less than $200, many of which are designed for office work and general use. Out of all of them, the Dell P2419H offers the best overall value. It's a 24-inch monitor with a 1080p resolution and a 60Hz refresh rate, both of which are good enough for console gaming. The P2419H has a professional design, featuring a minimalist chassis with thin bezels and a plain back panel with downfiring input ports. It has one HDMI 1.4 port for connectivity with gaming consoles, along with one VGA port and one display port for computers. The screen has an anti-glare coating, which reduces glare when using the monitor in a bright room. Unlike most budget monitors, this Dell monitor has a fully adjustable stand. Although it lacks notable gaming features, the P2419H is a good monitor for regular gaming. It has a good response time for a budget IPS monitor and a good input lag. It's a solid monitor for slow-paced or story-driven games, but for fast-paced competitive games, it's not a suitable monitor. The P2419H is also a great monitor for office work and general use, which makes it an all-around budget unit. 2. Samsung C27F398. Selling for less than $200, the Samsung C27F398 is another good budget monitor for Xbox One gaming, featuring a VA panel for better contrast and a 1080p resolution. It's a 27-inch display with a standard 60Hz refresh rate and FreeSync support over HDMI. Of the monitors in this guide, this Samsung display is one of the two monitors that feature a curved screen. Sadly, the curved screen doesn't really add much, considering the screen size and aspect ratio of the monitor. The monitor has a good build quality and includes one HDMI 1.4 port for connectivity with gaming consoles. There is a small joystick at the back for navigating the on-screen display, OSD, as well as a VESA mounting interface. The C27F398 is a good monitor for regular gaming. It has good color reproduction and boasts a high contrast ratio for more vibrant images. The response time is good for a budget VA panel while the input lag is very low, which is great for gaming regardless of what games you play. If you love to play survival horror games and other games with many dark scenes, this Samsung curved monitor will make for a better display than the Dell P2419H. 3. ViewSonic XG2402. Often considered the best 1080p TN gaming monitor on the market, the ViewSonic XG2402 is a superb monitor for pure gaming. It has an extremely fast response time and features FreeSync over HDMI, which is great for Xbox One gaming. While it normally sells for around $200 to $250, you can get it for less than $200 during a sale. Compared to the Dell monitor above, this 24-inch ViewSonic monitor has a more stylish chassis design and easily stands out as a gaming monitor. It has a fully adjustable stand with cable management and a headphones hook. Although it has a built-in sound system, the internal speakers are mediocre and are not suitable for gaming, especially if you love to play games with an excellent soundtrack. For Xbox One connectivity, the monitor has two HDMI 1.4 ports. Featuring an extremely fast response time and a very low input lag, the XG2402 is a recommended monitor for fast-paced competitive games. And as mentioned earlier, it supports FreeSync over HDMI for screen tier-free gaming. Regarding picture quality, this ViewSonic monitor is fairly decent for a TN monitor, but it's not as good as IPS and VA monitors. If you like the screen size and resolution of the Dell P2419H but prefer a more gaming-focused unit, check out the XG2402 instead. 4. LG 27UD58B. The LG 27UD58B is one of the best budget 4K monitors on the market. You can get it for just around $250 during a sale, which happens quite regularly. It's a 27-inch IPS monitor with a 60 Hz standard refresh rate, which is the refresh rate of most 4K monitors currently out. It has a 24-inch variant, the LG24UD58B, which is cheaper, but we don't really recommend that one unless you want a display with a smaller footprint. Like many other LG monitors, the 27UD58B has a minimalist design. While not exactly what you'd describe as ultra-thin, the bezels look good. There is a small joystick under the bottom bezel for OSD control, a common feature among LG monitors. The monitor has a pair of HDMI 2.0, which allows for full compatibility with an Xbox One X console. Featuring good color accuracy out of the box, this LG monitor is suitable for single-player games with pretty visuals, with its 4K resolution translating to more detailed images. It has a decent response time for an IPS panel and boasts a very low input lag. On the flip side, its FreeSync feature is not supported over HDMI, which means you can't use variable refresh rates on Xbox One X. If you want to use FreeSync, check out the more expensive LG 27UK650W instead. 5. BenQ EL2870U. The BenQ EL2870U is a 28-inch TN monitor with a 4K resolution and a 60 Hz refresh rate. It has HDR support and FreeSync support over HDMI, with the latter being the more beneficial. You can get this monitor for less than $350 during a sale, which makes it a good option if you want a relatively more budget-friendly 4K gaming monitor. Like the LG 27UD58B, this BenQ display has a basic design, with limited ergonomics and not much connectivity options outside of the video input ports. It has two HDMI 2.0 ports, which allows for full compatibility with an Xbox One X. The extra HDMI port is useful if you also own a PS4 Pro and want to connect it to a monitor as well. The EL2870U has good gaming performance, featuring a fast response time and a low input lag. While it supports FreeSync over HDMI, the FreeSync range, 40 to 60 Hz, is narrow. But to be fair, most 4K monitors currently out have the exact same range. The other 4K monitors on this list are in the same boat. As mentioned earlier, the monitor supports HDR content. Unfortunately, the HDR performance is mediocre, which isn't surprising for an HDR monitor selling for less than $500. While far from perfect, the EL2870U is a good gaming monitor overall. It's a recommended product if you are in the market for a 4K monitor with fast response time and low input lag. Click links in this video description for price and more details. Thanks for watching.